God, I hate this song. So annoying. Skip ad. Skip.
Hi, it's Vince with
Oh,
ShamWow.
fuck no.
You'll be saying wow
I'll be
every
saying,
time you use this
wow, you're
towel.
so fucking
It's
annoying.
Like a chamois,
it's a chamois, it's a towel. Oh, who really cares? Skip. Anime addicts, do you miss ads like that? Do you miss your buddy Vince from ShamWow? Of course you don't, because we don't torture you with ads like that. Instead, if you want to support the podcast, you can help us stay ad-free by going to aaapodcast.com/join. Hey, you can head over to patreon.com/aaapodcast for those of you that like Patreon. And you're going to get our hentai episodes, our hobby addicts, our after parties. And, of course, it's going to be commercial-free, so you get all that. What else could you possibly want? Again, over at aaapodcast.com/join. Let's start the podcast.
Get ready! You're about to listen to the Anime Addicts Anonymous podcast. Make your anime addiction worse at aaapodcast.com. And now, here are your anime addicts.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 573 of the Anime Addicts Anonymous podcast. My name is Mason, and we're so glad to have you here today. Me and my cohorts are going to do everything in our power to make your anime addiction so much worse. And those cohorts with me, you must select your fighter today because raining the thunder from the mountains of the west is Mitsugi. How is it going?
Toasty! I am sitting here with my Diet Cherry Limeade. Wait. It's so good, but fear not, because Diet Cherry Limeade has a best friend, and it's called Pink Monster. And we have both here today, so we got Sonic and Monster. So
is this a chaser situation, or are you combining them into one concoction?
Well, I asked Pancake earlier to get me a Diet Cherry Limeade on the way back from the gym, and she did just that. So, Pancake being a very nice breakfast side, but I needed to have my Monster as well. So, and I also have the Moe blood, the gallon of Moe blood, but it's blue today.
Oh, it's blue.
It's blue today because indeed not all Moe girls are indeed human. Some of them are monstrous aliens from another planet and must be destroyed. So, some of them do have blue blood. Just remember that.
Equal opportunity slaughterer.
Joran has blue blood.
There you go.
Well, she's not Moe, but she is insanely beautiful.
And that other voice you heard coming from the east with the wailing wintry winds is Caroline. How is it going?
Hello. Apparently, according to Twitch, I am flexing my clean and organized room, but that is not the case.
Wow.
I have a mountain of shoes here, a lot of clothes, and things here, things there, but they're out of Scream. So.
Hey, it's all about the illusion here. This is just a facade.
Very much so.
Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in on Twitch Live, where you can make fun of Caroline's room and observe Mitsugi's shining, glorious noggin. Those who join us on Facebook, on Discord, and don't forget, we don't shout it out often enough, but please drop an iTunes review. The 5 stars do go a long way to helping us out. You can just leave a really short blurb like, Mitsugi is mad strong and I'm jealous, 5 stars. That's all we ask, and we appreciate it. So,
Caroline's room is mad clean, and I'm jealous.
There you go. Mason looks like a schlub. 2.5 stars.
Just do it!
I also, for the second week in a row, I was honored to be a guest, this time on the Reddit's Our Anime podcast, Tokyo Podfathers. We did a 3-hour-long discussion on spring seasonal, so I got a lot out of my system, but I still have more to say to you guys, so don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. You're not going to get rid of me that easily. Because in this episode today, we are doing our spring impressions, round number 1. We're going to be talking about Burning Kabaddi, Godzilla Singular Point, The Saint's Magic Power is Omnipotent, The Way of the Househusband, I've been killing slimes for 300 years, my hat is really, really, really big, and Pretty Boy Detective Club. All of this is going to be preceded by our anime combat fatality segment. It's going to be certainly hype and very vicious and violent and gruesome. So buckle up, kiddos. We are in for a ride today. Anything else before we get this bad boy kicked off?
I'm excited.
I'm just excited, because, I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. The weather in Denver is great. Going to be hiking mountains soon, so my last podcast will be imminent because I will fall off one this year and die. But until then, I'm ready to fucking bring it. And now you're deaf. I'm sorry.
Oh, 大ニュースです。It's time for big news of the week.
Well, here I come, down Peter Cottontail, coming down the trail with more freakish crime news from Japan because they just seem to always do weird, bizarre shit to get arrested in Japan. Here's a headline for you. Man arrested in Kobe after stuffing fried chicken into woman's mailbox.
Oh no!
Is that a crime?
That's not a headline you hear very often. So, Kengo Harada, a 29-year-old middle school teacher from Suita City, Osaka Prefecture, broke up with his girlfriend, 26-year-old girl who lives in Kobe. I guess he was not feeling very happy about the fact that he broke up with his girlfriend and had been hanging around her neighborhood and her apartment building a little too much. And one night, I guess, felt hungry and went to a convenience store and bought a bunch of fried chicken and ended up stuffing a bunch of it and the wrapper, etc., into her mailbox and was promptly arrested by police for violating Japan's anti-stalking laws. And I guess he admitted to the mailbox activities. And the police had been on high alert in that area anyway because she had already reported him, I think, for hanging around the apartment building in the neighborhood a little too much in an unwanted way. So, so the moral of the story is, 1, don't stalk people, and 2, finish your fried chicken, okay? Because when you go to Mini Stop in Japan and you get the crunky chicken, listen, when you've been living in Japan for 18 months and all you want is some damn popcorn chicken and you can't find it because they don't really make that in Japan, and you go to Mini Stop and you get the crunky chicken, which is the little crispy fried chicken bites in the hot case at the counter, and they give it to you and it's so good and it's all salty and it comes with the little toothpicks that you stick one little piece of chicken at a time. Finish that fucking chicken. Don't stick it in her mailbox. It's too good to waste. Eat that chicken and then give me some.
That's like the best name for like a Georgia-based rap group. Crunky Chicken.
That's what it's called, buddy. Crunky Chicken. Maybe I can.
I'd listen to them.
Maybe I can find like a picture of Crunky Chicken and I'll put it on. I'll put it on the Twitch. So, but that's all I had.
Hungry now. What's up with boyfriends or wannabe boyfriends in Japan? Like, you get your girl chicken, you get her new shoes, you get her some Yu-Gi-Oh cards that you rappel off a building for, and they just don't want it. Like, well, it's not good enough. But yeah, it's still creepy, still wild.
Very creepy.
Eat your chicken.
Eat your fucking chicken. I found a picture. I'll be posting that in a minute.
Caroline, go ahead.
Going off of that, some more people getting arrested news.
No way.
I remember talking a few weeks ago about that band Ali and their band drummer getting arrested for fraud, I think, or not fraud. I don't know. I can't remember exactly what it was for, but there has been a development because he's been arrested again.
No way!
Yeah, way. So separately, yes, it was a bank refund scam that he was previously arrested for. Separate from that, though, according to the police, the drummer named Kahadio, there it is, and his friends, apparently he had friends involved here. They called an elderly woman in Osaka on March 3rd, offering her a refund on her medical expenses in exchange for her transferring 2.31 million yen to a bank account. That's about 21,000 US dollars. And the police added that he was witnessed withdrawing about 420,000 yen from a convenience store ATM the next day. So, whoops.
Bad boy. You've been a bad man.
I just feel bad for the band because they're really good, and this is kind of putting a damper on their working here.
Well, that one song they did for Jujutsu Kaisen is good, really good.
Yeah, and they did the opening for Beastars, the first one, and everybody likes that one.
Oh wow, it's just interesting that people that have who already have money because they've been successful, still feel the need to commit crimes, and then they end up losing all their money because they go to jail and have to hire lawyers, and it's just stupid. Just be successful. Be successful. Keep doing what you're doing. And be happy. I don't know why people have to commit crimes when they're already successful like that. It's stupid.
Because it's in his soul.
Oh, man. I guess so. Not good. All right.
I don't have any news this week. I didn't find anything crime-related that was better than what they had to offer. So I think we can just move on to our main topic, which is anime combat fatalities. So Caroline and I and a bunch of members of our Discord watched the new Mortal Kombat movie last night, and in a last-second spur-of-the-moment decision that we decided that we were highly inspired by the brutality we witnessed and decided that we would make our own fatality moves for, I'd say, a wide range of anime characters. Some of these you wouldn't necessarily find in a fighting video game, but nonetheless, we decided to have fun with it. We went onto the Wikipedia, the most trusted name in news. They define fatality as the finishing move that is brutal and gruesome that a anime character would, put on their opponent. So with that in mind, we came up with a list of characters and moves, and we highly encourage everyone in Twitch who wants to play along, send in your submissions, and we will read them off at the end. So, who thinks they have a good one to start us off to set the tone off right?
I think all of
Hard
mine
to
are.
say.
I think all of mine are really funny, but my first one really isn't. It's kind of a warm up. So
I feel like we're going to have a large variety of different ideas going on here because I know I kept mine secret. Mitsugi has kept his secret too. Mason has put it out for all to see. But I will start off by saying there are certain characters in anime that are basically Mortal Kombat characters. That would be, Fist of the North Star kind of thing. And I had to try my best not to pick any of those because I feel like those are cop-outs.
Oh yeah, I picked all these characters that would have no place actually being in the game. Like anyone could pick Guts from Berserk and be like, he chops you in half, but we'll see. I don't know.
Mitsugi's peeking.
oh, come off it.
Mr. Mason, he's cheating.
Okay, I only looked at 2 of them. Relax.
All right, your
All right,
punishment is you
all
have
right.
to go first then.
All right, I have to go first since I'm going to cop out and reveal that my first one is Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star
it is.
because I had to play.
お前はもう死んでいる。何?
Yeah, because you are already dead. So, Kenshiro, classic Omae wa moshinderu, has influenced so many things in the anime. And I believe that the finishing move the person's body would just self-destruct horribly and grotesquely for no apparent reason, as they do in Fist of the North Star, complete with, their head misshaping and their and their body being crushed like a tin can randomly, and then they would just explode. So not much creativity here, but it's a good warm up to set the tone. And one more time for those of you that are big fans.
お前はもう死んでいる。何?
Nani? So,
Good.
yeah, and it would be super gruesome, because in Mortal Kombat, you'll kill a dude and his bones will fly all over the screen and collide with the TV screen, and the blood will run down the screen and everything. So throw an eyeball in there, you can have an eyeball slide down the screen, fuck it.
I mean, as I mentioned before, he is a Mortal Kombat character just in an anime.
Pretty much. But that's my first one, and we will become more ridiculous from here.
Shall I go next?
I think you
shall.
should.
Okay, I'm just gonna remove the black highlighter from this so we can see. Okay, so my first one is Retsuko from Agretsuko. Her finishing move would be screaming death metal progressively louder until her opponent's eardrums burst, also resulting in insanity, head banging to the floor until death.
Wow.
And you can see like some things falling off their faces and that kind of thing.
Like their
Yeah, I can
eyeballs
see
would
it.
fall out?
Yeah, maybe their eyeballs, their nose. I feel like there was a move in Mortal Kombat very similar to that where they just bang their head, like the opponent actually bangs the other opponent's head into the ground and their face is just like clean off with it. That was kind of my my
Inspiration.
inspiration, yes.
my muse in coming up with this. Yeah,
Yes, but
I
I
can
just
see it.
like to think a Gretzko would be in a Mortal Kombat game.
You could also have like signature like guitar music playing during that sequence.
Very true.
I like it. I like it. So my first one is also a warm up. I went with everyone's favorite robotic cat character, Doraemon, this cute little blue and white stuffed creature that is wildly successful in Japan. And if you don't know anything about Doraemon, he has a fourth dimensional pouch where he can pull forth any implement he chooses, a lot of which don't exist. And here, it would be like a randomized torture device that he would pull out for a brutal execution. He could bring out like an Iron Maiden, he could bring out like a breaking wheel. Like you would never know what you're getting. It's a surprise every time for this little cat to just whip out this heinous torture device and just subject the opponent to it. So the violence is pretty normal, but just seeing this character with a random element, I think that would be a lot of fun in a fighting game. So that's my first pick.
It's the non-demo pocket.
Exactly. You can always trust that it's going to deliver pain.
It's a little like Felix the Cat. Have you guys ever seen Felix the Cat?
Ooh, I have not.
Nope.
The wonderful, wonderful cat. Whenever he gets in a fix, he reaches into his bag of tricks, and he like. Felix the Cat is probably older than Doraemon. How old is Felix the Cat? But he has like a black bag that kind of resembles 19. Yeah, this is definitely older. 1919. Felix the Cat.
Ooh, that's
It's fucking old, man. And he's got like a little bag with him that looks like a coin purse sort of, but I guess he can pull whatever he wants. Oh, and then sometimes it looks like one of those old-fashioned bags that like doctors would carry when they show up at like your house in old movies. So, K-Log says 1919, almost as old as Mitz. Almost.
Yes, and I believe it was Aoyama Motoko-chan says Mitz is very old.
Yeah, very. Apparently, I am 102 years old. So, all right, I'm gonna jump around here on my list a little bit. So,
Oh, your mom commented, Mitsugi.
oh, yeah, his mom. Yeah, thank you. That's very nice.
Mitz
So-
is not old, but his mom is old.
And we will be playing Does Mitsugi's Mom Know later in the show. So, my next one here is I guess it's not really a warm up, so to speak, but we're gonna be jumping like all over the place. And this one's for the church. This one's for
as he dons the cap of torment.
it's the Pope hat, okay? It's not the hat of torment. So, some little moe blob from Lucky Star is the character. She doesn't deserve a name. They will remain nameless. And she'll bring out a TV and a chair and tie the opponent to the chair and make them watch moe anime until they beg to be allowed to kill themselves. That's what will happen. And then they will do so, probably with their own weapon, because death is more painful than watching moe.
Less
And that's-
painful, but I get you.
And that's really why we strive to purge the world of moe. And it's a great reason why everyone should donate to the Church of Mitsugi, because the more we can do to rid the world of moe, the less pain will be in the world. And that's an important message for all of you to remember. So,
Can
that's
I get
about
an
it.
amen in the chat?
I haven't
Mother
ate.
Mitsugi must be so proud.
Well, I don't know that my mother knows what moe is, actually.
That should be another question on does Mitsugi's mom know?
Do you know what moe is?
Basically.
And since Mason asked for it. All right.
Excellent.
There we go.
Caroline, what is your second brutal fatality?
Okay, here we go. Oop, sorry, I'm just trying to get rid of the highlight so I can see what it is. There it is. Okay, so this one is, again, pretty random. I basically went down my Mal list and tried to figure out if I can find any good ideas for these. So, One-san from Penguin Highway. So, if you don't know about this movie, she could basically make penguins out of random objects. So her finishing move would be a mob of penguins rush at you, looking very cute and vicious at the same time. They begin to peck you until they reach your inner organs, and they are stained red with your blood.
I like it. I almost had a similar animal-themed death from like Silver Spoon, but yours is much better. So
They will
I like
probably
it.
pluck your eyes out and other vital parts of your body as well.
So
That's
she could like also instead like throw the like soda can like into your stomach, and then
Oh, like
from
a
there
projectile.
a penguin like erupts out from within you like alien style. Spoiler.
That
Oh.
would be so cool.
That'd be pretty good too.
I'm a little bit disappointed I didn't come up with that myself.
It's a team effort here. It's
Like
team
a-
effort.
Like a face hugger, it just bursts out of your chest, and
Exactly, but it's
like
a penguin.
You know, I feel like we should be submitting these ideas to the Mortal Kombat team, and they can have like a crossover event.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah,
time
we
I
could do it.
I just want to play Mario 64 and slide down the penguin, slide down the slope with the penguins. Did you
with
guys
that little like whistle soundtrack playing?
Do you guys know that every time that there's this thing in mountain climbing, there's this thing called glissading, which is where where the slope is steep, and in order to descend quickly, sometimes to like get away from like avalanches and stuff, people will slide down the side of a mountain slope on their butts in the snow. And I don't know if we did that or not, Mason. When we were, I guess it was too hot. But every
Yeah,
time,
it was a little too toasty for tactical butt retreats.
but every time I butt slide down a mountain, I have to sing the like all the way the entire time I'm doing it. I don't know why, I just have to.
That song is
So.
like ingrained into my soul.
So
There's no escaping it.
tactical butt retreats. That's a great quote.
There you go.
Mhm.
So my next one is also from a movie. It's a little big brain here, so stick with me. But it is
Uh-oh.
the character of Paprika, the titular character. And
You said
if you
tit.
if you haven't seen this movie, it's very trippy, very much a mind fuck, and it's very like visually intense. So her move is she's going to pluck out your eyes,
A lot of
but
Oh.
plucking here.
keep them attached to the brain so you can still see, and have them face one another. And from the visual stimulus of seeing your eyes collectively and at the same time and one another and trying to process it would break your brain to such a degree that your head will just straight up explode from all the information being processed. And then you're just left there with your eyes dangling and the back half of your noggin just gone. So that's
Does
like
it?
that one.
That is quite visceral and psychologically intense. I have my
How's it
seal of
going?
approval on this one.
Thank you.
My mother's just giving out information about me on the chat, so eventually I'll have like my I'm gonna have my identity stolen at some point if she says any more. So
You've already given out your birthday and the birth time. How many pounds was he, Mother Mitsugi?
yeah,
See,
pretty
what I'm
soon
really
my
missing is
my
his
social security
social.
numbers next, my address.
When
gonna be
does his
fantastic.
credit card expire? If I could get that, I'm really cooking with fire.
The Hadio
Unbelievable.
from the band Ali would really like to know.
I'm gonna end up having to ban my own mother from the chat. This is
Oh
fantastic.
no, she's making so many people happy.
Well,
Rip in peace.
now I was gonna say, is the head for yours, Mason? Does the head explode like outwardly, like in all directions, or does it or does like blood explode out of the neck, like straight up, like a geyser? Like how does that work exactly?
I'm thinking, not RoboCop. Yeah, RoboCop. I was thinking Indiana Jones, but no, RoboCop definitely where it just explodes outwards. The Bakuhatsu coming out the back, but only the back half. So your front is like your face is still allowed to, remain as the eyes dangle.
I like it. That sounds pretty gruesome, though. It would be well. It would do well on like PS5, because all the detail would be like very visible. So, All right. Let's see. Moving on. My third one
You
has.
did in fact give your birth weight, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna get hacked. She's gonna get banned pretty soon here. Let's see here. My next one is one of the random crazy succubuses from Ishizoku Reviewers.
Oh
So-
no.
So bear with me here. So the effect of the killing would be like she's gonna screech and like a horde of crazy winged succubi are gonna descend on the opponent and surround them. And when they fly off, it's probably just like a shriveled husk, and probably they like sucked and fucked the person to death.
God.
And like all of their life force was like they sucked all the life force like out of the penis, you know how they do, and there's just like this shriveled like mummy like laying there, but like a very satisfied shriveled mummy because, I mean,
Give
what a
me the
way.
thumbs up sign or something.
Yeah, exactly, with like sunglasses on, and he didn't even like have sunglasses to begin with, so it's like, where did those come from? But apparently, like one of the succubuses would just give them to you as like a you know like a almost like one of like a T-shirt when you finish like a whole plate of hot wings.
Yeah.
You know.
And instead of saying like fatality across the top, it just says nice.
It'll just say
Fertility.
it'll say sucked to death. So, but yeah. So I mean, that's what a way. I mean, like there are like sexy succubus girls and like Darkstalkers and whatnot. Isn't Morrigan? Isn't that like a sexy succubus chick? So it wouldn't be that far off. It's been done. I don't know if they literally like fuck anyone to death in Darkstalkers, but you know, whatever. It's the first time for everything.
Exactly.
My poor mother.
I gotta love
She's very quiet now. I'm not really gonna ban her, but she really shouldn't be giving out my critical details about me that could get me, you know, my identity stolen. But I guess she's never heard of doxing or anything like that. All right.
Mom's too innocent. Don't
She
let
is.
it. Don't treat her
If
as
doxing or moe gets to her, she's a goner.
Well, I mean, I'd rather be doxed before Moa gets to my mother. So let's spare her from
Oh,
that.
that metal gamer has offered suctality
All right.
as a
Yes,
bad.
sucktality.
Toasty.
Oh, fuck me. All right. So
Stop it.
that's what he'll say. That's what it'll say when the move happens. Okay. All right. Caroline, I think it's your turn again.
It is. So this one, I feel like I went to a very dark place.
Uh-oh.
It's okay. You're with friends. You're with friends
Okay.
here.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so mine is next one is from Skullface bookseller Honda-san. And his finishing move would be he throws manga at you, paper cutting off your neck and limbs from the torso. He then proceeds to slip on the skin and wear it as a suit.
I like it. I like it.
Skin
Just
suit.
walks away and no one is the wiser.
Would
I
you-
mean, he is a really none of this he would ever do because he's like a very sweet person. But I was just thinking, skeleton, and what would a skeleton like? And the skin of his opponent, you know?
I can
This
see
was my
it.
thought process.
it puts the lotion on the skin.
Does he have the strength though to even throw one piece of paper?
You know, he does not have any muscles or tendons.
I would say he's all skin and bones, but it's not even that.
But if you've ever seen the anime, he does. You know, he carries like 50 pounds of books every day.
Those damn foreign comics.
Yep, the damn foreign comics.
The high gloss paper. No, I like it. I like it. It's a good one. My next one.
I just can't
Oh, go
stop
ahead.
thinking. I just can't stop thinking about Buffalo Bill, and that's not really a place you want to go. But I mean, okay. Anyway,
The next one is the character Kepi from Sarazanmai, and this could be any Kappa related character from anime because the folklore of the Kappa is already plenty brutal. So
yeah.
essentially, we're just gonna tweak the formula slightly. Instead of the Kappa removing the Shirokodama, he's actually going to reach up your butt through your anus and pull your heart out that way, in classic remix tradition. So, you know, just that next level of gruesome and weird lizard creatures just getting up in there. Caroline, do you not know the story of Kappas?
I did not see Sarazanmai, but I do know that they are extremely strange and there is a lot of butt stuff.
Yep. Yep.
Jesus.
Pretty much.
It's yeah. I mean, but God, there's just such easier ways to get to rip out someone's heart than through their anus.
Yeah.
I mean, the heart is pretty close to the surface of the body. You could just go right through the ribs.
But that's been done before. They've already done that so much. It's tried and true. This is tired, but through the butt.
I'm just speaking to the craftsmanship and the dedication to the art. Like they're not going to do things the easy way. They're not going to go through the mouth. They're not going to go through the back or the chest. They're going to go straight through the anus. You know, deep elbow. You got to go elbow deep to get up there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what they say. The way to a man's heart is through his stomach, but the way to his stomach is through his butt. So it seems like it makes logical sense to me.
Well, in that case,
scientists prove me wrong. You can't.
In that case, we'll stay with butt stuff for another round of butt stuff. Since I've had this done to me in real life, I'm going to go with Naruto for this next one. Finishing move. Concho, his fingers right up the opponent's ass. I've had little kids do that to me. It's really not good. Except when he's up there, he rips out the large intestine and skips rope with it.
Does Naruto skip rope ever?
I don't know.
He's
I don't
gonna
He's a
learn.
jovial fellow. He would do it.
I'm pretty sure Pancake watched all of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden about 3 times from start to finish. Let me bring her over here for questioning. Will you please join me for a second? We have a question live on camera here. Can you either confirm nor deny whether or not Naruto has ever jumped rope in Naruto?
I don't think he has.
There you have it.
He was a robot. There was a robot Naruto.
There was a robot Naruto apparently, but the robot Naruto maybe it also does not skip rope. So.
But Kakashi's the one that does that.
Oh, Kakashi does that.
So that's his
I'm pretty sure Naruto conchoed someone up the ass too, in Naruto.
No, Kakashi's the
Oh
one that
yes,
does
he has definitely done that a couple times.
Okay, she's insisting that it's Kakashi, but okay.
He has done Kakashi, but I feel like he's done it a couple times. Other than that.
Anyway, but I know the pain because it's little kids will do that to you. So, and you don't know where those fingers have been. Up my ass.
Up Sasuke's ass.
Up Mitsugi's ass too.
Oh god.
All right. Oh, we're getting down to the good ones here. I saved the best for last. But Caroline's up.
Okay, let's get rid of all of this. All right. So my next one is Hina from Hina Matsuri, my favorite show. So her finishing move would be breaking your neck after doing the look the other way move. Like in one of the episodes, they did the look the other way thing, and she just pointed her finger, and she basically almost snaps Anzu's neck, but she doesn't because it's comedy. So after she does that, she takes a transportation pod ball, which is how they get to Earth, throws it at you and traps you, but it gets smaller and smaller until your body explodes.
Just like that.
Now she can kill you in several other ways, but this is just a tool to do that.
Yeah, I was going to say the breaking neck is already just solid by itself, but then you went next level with it, which I appreciate.
feel like with a lot of finishing moves in Mortal Kombat, there is something that obviously, you die, but they always go to the next level, and sometimes a level after that. They just like putting in extra work for the presentation.
Yeah, it's all about those surprises that really make you remember it. So my last one, I'm gonna go a little moe, go a little nice and comforting and soft to kind of ease us down before Caroline and Mitsugi ramp us up at the very end. But this is going to be another main character, titular if you will, from Tamako Market, which is Tamako herself, daughter of a mochi shop. And if you've never had mochi, it is both decadent and delicious.
It's
and
fucking
this huge,
amazing.
it's a very like gummy looking treat. You'll see it in like videos where one guy's like pounding it with a hammer and the other guy like puts the flour on it like mid strikes, and it looks really dangerous and it's amazing. But essentially what she will do is she takes a basketball sized piece of mochi and just mashes it over your head, and you have to try to eat your way out of it. We could make like a QTE like mashing X event where you have to press it enough, and you either eat your way out of it and you just suffocate from having all the mochi inside you and not getting airflow, or just not being able to breathe in this dome of mochi and you just suffocate from the outside. So it's double suffocation either way, and there's no escape from the sweet death. So
You know, I feel like this would be a really fun death.
It does
Yeah,
sound
it's a good
not
way to
If
bad.
I had to die by eating mochi, that's a pretty good one.
exactly.
That's like one of the best things about going to Japan is getting like fresh mochi, like from like a street vendor or something. Oh, it's so good.
There are worse ways to die, for sure.
Oh, there are.
Yeah, Motoko in the chat posting the mochi pounding video. Excellent. Check it out if you don't.
Is
know
that
what
like
we're
is
talking
that the
about.
one with like the old men slapping the mochi really fast?
Yeah.
Those guys are
And
crazy.
the, like big like wooden bowl. Oh, it's so decadent.
All right. Well, here we go. My last offering to you today can be from none other than. Oh yeah, it's Geist.
Oh my goodness, where are my sunglasses when you need them?
Oh, I have sunglasses around here somewhere, but I wouldn't look nearly as good in them as MD Geist would.
Oh, Caroline came ready. She's whipping them out.
Oh, she's got her sunglasses on. Here comes. Everybody needs to watch Geist at least once. But how will Geist kill you in this fatality? Well,
How?
there are lots of ways he kills people in the TV show. I think he has like a spear that he kills people with. He has a gun. I think he crushes some guy's head with his bare hands. There's a litany of ways, but the reality is that nothing about MD Geist can be more terrifying than the horrible dubbing that's in that anime. It is some of the worst you will ever hear.
And some of the best.
And so MD Geist is like, if people haven't seen MD Geist, you really should go find it. It's really short. It's like certain things about that anime are like S class, and certain things about it are just straight up Fs. Like the anime has fantastic music. It has strangely excellent mecha designs, but like the story and the voice acting, and it's just fucking horrible. So he would just like stand there and like shout clips at you from the dub until your head explodes and would kill you. And I have prepared a few clips for you.
Yay!
From the dub, so you can enjoy. These are hand selected by me. They're not all of Geist, but you know what? Fuck it. He can make noises from other people. So here we go. Here's the first one.
I just want to know how long I've been napping. Nothing important.
That's how I always wake up from my naps. I just want to know how long I've been napping.
They're all dead again.
No. You killed them.
They're all. How can you be dead again?
Maybe he killed like a group of his friends one time, and then later killed another group of friends, and he's like, "Oh, you killed them all a second time."
I think tonight.
No. You killed him.
I've been watching like the midnight block of stuff from Retro Crush, and there is stuff on there worse than Geist. I think Violence Jack is worse than Geist. I don't know if you guys have seen Violence Jack, but I watched it because it's supposed to be so violent. It's like borderline not watchable. I think it's significantly worse than MD Geist. But I'm gonna see if Geist is on there tonight because I want to watch that actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, and here's the final clip.
You're not qualified to be a god,
This
Krauser.
one's kind of long.
You demon! How dare you! I'll send you to your grave!
It even ends with
Spunk.
it even ends with an explosion. So. And then your head would explode or something. Something bad would happen. Or the Death Force would come out and I thought maybe he would summon the Death Force and they would come out and kill you and then kill all the other characters from the game that aren't actually even fighting and then break your game so that it never works again. But no, I think the dub clips are better. So that's what I have for you.
That last clip, I bet that voice actor phoned it in all day, and he just said his lines as lazy as possible. And then the director's like, "All right, just last one, just do this and we're done." He's like, "Okay." Time to unleash all the energy I've been storing up for 20 hours and just raw.
That's at the end
Love
of the. That's at the end of the second OVA when Geist is fighting Krauser, and then like it just ends like right after that. It just randomly ends.
What a way to go.
Anyway, wow, MD Geist. Woo! Caroline?
All right, my last one.
And just on a good note.
Haruko Haruhara from Fooly Cooly.
Oh
Her
my
finishing
god.
move was after bashing you several times with her bass guitar. It breaks in half, but do not worry. This means that she can take the strings and saw your body in half with them. I would say vertically. Maybe, actually no, maybe from like, you know, your nether regions up.
Oh, from your
I feel
nuts?
like that's how she would do it.
From the nuts?
Perhaps, yes.
Oh, that's just not right.
I feel like that's how she would do it.
So I know Gynax did Fooly Cooly, but I could absolutely see Trigger like animating this in like a Panty and Stocking OVA or a Dead Leaves spinoff. Like this is on brand with that like mindset they have. So I could see it actually.
Thanks.
That sounds really awful. Yeah, I mean that's just gross. Would they like split in half and like just like fall to the side like a banana being peeled or something? Is that how that would work?
I'll leave that to your imagination.
Fuck. There's a lot of grotesque detail you could do on that one.
The key is Little Busters plays like as the like Fatality move comes up, like with the ding doo 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 doo, like the guitar strumming, and you're just like, yeah, I'm excited to see this dude get absolutely slaughtered. Excitement, I love it.
The Little Busters. Those guys are so old now. That band.
They are.
They're like
but
60. They're pretty old for a rock band. But
got that punk spirit still though. So.
Does anybody
I like
have
them.
a favorite of the ones that we've mentioned today?
Who did the best? Let's see.
I mean, I'm a little biased to my own, but you know, I also have the luxury of being able to like edit clips for myself, so it's kind of not fair.
We'll let the chat decide. Chat,
Yeah.
you determine which death reigns supreme.
I do like the idea of penguins bursting out of your chest. That's pretty good.
I mean, I can't even take credit for that one. Mason built
A
off
team
what
effort.
I
A team
came up with.
effort. But that seems like a coward's way out.
And I thought
You know, I
that
feel like we could. I know that certain characters have like multiple fatalities, so maybe we'll go with this one, the one that I came up like just like pecking at you. But yours would be the second one where we just throw a
The
penguin
alt
at you
spin.
and it just streamlines into your body.
There we go. Let's
Compromise.
crown that one the winner then.
All right, let's do that then. All right, carry us out of here. One more time. That theme song's fucking crazy.
Awesome.
All right, take us to the news break. That was a lot of fun, by the way, and a good suggestion last minute to do this. So very timely too, and I can't wait to see that.
Last minute suggestions are always the best.
I can't wait to watch it. I'm holding out for the movie theater. I think I always go on Tuesdays because the movie tickets are cheap and the popcorn is free. But Tuesday's also Taco Tuesday at the dog bar, so sometimes you just gotta let the dogs run wild. So that's about it. All right, take us away.
It is time for the weekly trivia question. The SSS in the title of SSSS Gridman stands for what? We will reveal the answer after this.
I have no idea.
Neither do I.
Hey there, anime addicts. Mitsugi is back here bringing you a sweet dose of your anime news. Starting off with Madoka Magica in the news, with a new anime film being announced titled Walpurgis no Kaiten, or Rotation of Walpurgis, which is going to serve as an essential sequel to the third film in the franchise, Hangyaku no Monogatari. So this event that happened recently also revealed some promo materials for the movie. So if you were paying attention to the 10th anniversary event for Madoka Magica, you probably saw that. The studio behind the work will be Studio Shaft, and the event also announced that the smartphone game Magia Record Mohoshojo Madoka Magica Gaiden is going to be featuring a new story subtitled Scene Zero. So if you're a fan of Madoka Magica, you're going to get lots of more content both in games and on the big screen coming up here in the future. Next up, a fairly big sequel announced. It looks like the second season of Isekai Shokudo, or Restaurant to Another World, is going to be getting a sequel. It looks like Masato Jinbo is returning from the first season to direct and work on series composition at Studio OLM, who worked on Utawa Mono and Odd Taxi. And Yasukazu Shoji is going to be designing the characters, replacing Takao Sano and Keiichi Sano from previous work. It looks like most of the actors and actresses from the first season are going to be reprising their roles. And of course, the first season of this anime came out in the summer of 2017 from Studio Silverlink. If you're a fan of this property, look out for more Isekai Shokudo coming out sometime shortly in the future. Next up, it looks like Japan has declared a new COVID-19 state of emergency in 4 prefectures. Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga declared the state of emergency in Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, and Hyogo prefectures on Friday, pretty much the bulk of the most largely populated areas in Japan. The new state of emergency will last from the 25th of April until May 11th, and they're also putting stricter countermeasures in some of the rural areas as well. So it looks like the daily reported case total in Tokyo reached 861 on Thursday, which was the highest amount since January 29th. So, and as a result of this, the Studio Ghibli Museum has shut down for a temporary period from April 25th to May 11th, of course, due to the state of emergency, and they're giving refunds for tickets for April. It looks like the Kyoto International Manga Museum, which I've been to a few times, will close also from April 25th to May 13th, and will extend their closure if the state of emergency is extended. Namja Town, Bandai Namco's amusement indoor theme park in Ikebukuro, is going to be closing from pretty much the same period. And the Nijiden no Mori 2D theme park forest in Awajishima Park in Hyogo Prefecture is going to be closing. And the toll rolls on. Universal Studios Japan theme park announced on Friday that it's going to be closing for an extended period, which is located in Osaka and also in other prefectures as well. The Universal Studios Japan had just opened its new Super Nintendo World area on March 18th, but that's going to be shutting down. And also, Universal Studios Japan and other attractions are going to be shutting down Hello Kitty, Detective Conan, and a bunch of other things for an extended period as well. So it looks like if you're traveling to Japan anytime in the next few months, it's not really a very good time to be doing so. And just making sure everybody is aware so you don't get your vacation plans ruined. This was Mitsugi, and this was your anime news break. And now, time to get back to the podcast right now. Anime Addicts, as you know, this podcast recently became independently funded, and we are attempting to continue on funding this podcast with the help of so many of our listeners without having to play annoying commercials for underwear and razors and cat food and all kinds of other things that bore you and make your listening experience not quite what it could be. And if you go over to our website, aapodcast.com/join, you can sign up. You can also do so on Patreon. And when you do, you'll get our hentai episodes, our hobby addicts, and our after parties. 8 total episodes of our podcast per month, just for you, just for saying a little thank you for supporting the podcast, because we do appreciate it so much. You can also go to our website, aapodcast.com, simply across the top, and click the donate button. If you don't really want to sign up, you can just throw us a couple bucks, help us out. And if you don't have any money to throw our way, hey, we still love you. We hope you keep listening. We appreciate all of our listeners, and we love doing this podcast for you so much, as we have for over 11 years now. So hopefully we'll have another 11 years to come. I love you all so much. Again, if you want to help out the podcast, you can go to aapodcast.com/join or Patreon. Dance party.
Mason, you're not doing it.
I'm just distracted by Mitz's vicious twerking.
All right, the trivia.
Twerking even before we came on screen.
He was. What do you guys are like? Well, what do they even do in the news break? Do they use the bathroom? Do they get water? No, Mitch just gets up and twerks for 4 straight minutes, and it's
And I have chocolate.
awe-inspiring.
The SSS and the title of SSSS Gridman stands for what? Special Signature to Save a Soul? Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad is also acceptable. Bonus. Smile Sweet Sister Sadistic?
Yes,
We got him to
please.
say it. He reads anything I write down.
Surprise! Sabbath!
I don't understand any of that. Okay.
It's Blend S. It's that meme. Oh my god, you are old, Mitsugi.
I get told this a lot. I also don't understand memes like on Instagram. You know,
But we had quite a few participants today in the chat. Capsule J was pretty close. Super Cyber Samurai Squad. You know, some really important mentions. We have Super Sweet Sugary Salary Man from Louis the Cat. Snake Sucks Spicy Salary Man from That Metal Gamer. Someone Sent Spoiled Shoes. Super Sake Spewing Salary Man.
wow.
Squid Seeks Sour S'mores. SpongeBob Spits Salty Snickers.
What the fuck?
Someone Saw Sneaky Sister. There's so many of them. A lot of good creativity today.
I think Caroline, you could have a new segment called Tongue Twisters with Caroline, where you
I'm
just
not very
read.
good at them.
Yes. I'm being made fun of now for being old. People in the Twitch say that I'm still on MySpace. I also have a rotary phone, and you know, I'm also doing I use abacuses every day. All right, so but now we have a very special segment. I think it's many people's favorites. It is Does Mitsugi's Mom Know? And we have a player. So Mason, why don't you transfer us over, or I guess we will head over and we'll play a round of Does Mitsugi's Mom Know?
Indeed. See you over there.
See if I can logistically navigate this. It's time for Does Mitsugi's Mom Know? The game show that pits Mitsugi's unassuming mother against anime's most basic questions. Now here are your hosts, the Anime Addicts. Whoa! It's time for everybody's favorite game show, Does Mitsugi's Mom Know? And I really hope the technology's working.
One, when we're on the podcast.
We have a lucky contestant from the Discord. Another reason why all of you should join the Discord. Who do we have on the phone, and where are you from?
Hey everyone, this is Capsule J, and I'm from Georgia.
Ooh,
Yay.
and a very capsule, and a very clear microphone too. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So, and thank you for joining and helping provide entertainment for all of our listeners. I hope we can give you a prize today. So I think you know the rules of Does Mitsugi's Mom Know? But, you know, I'd like to think that every time we broadcast, we have a couple of new listeners in addition to all of the veterans. So I'm going to explain the rules. My mother, she watches some anime, and she knows just enough to be dangerous, but might surprise you with what she knows and what she doesn't know. And so the purpose of this game is you will try to predict whether or not she knows the answer to anime questions that I will ask her. If you're able to get 3 out of 5 correct, you will win a fantastic prize that is yet to be determined. But I know it'll be fantastic. It'll be like a trip to Hawaii or something. So, do you have any questions, Capsule J?
Yeah, actually, I've had a question I've always wanted to ask about the rules of the game.
Fantastic.
So, when you're asking your mom a question, if the contestant, like if I don't know what the answer to that question is either, can I ask you what the answer to the question is?
Sure. Why not? I usually say it anyway, but yeah, I don't see why not. You may
But
also
everyone-
you may also phone either Caroline or Mason to help you, but sometimes that doesn't work out so well. So
Yeah, and I've already proven to everyone here that I am not good at this game because I was once a contestant, like a year ago, and it did not work well for me.
all right. Well, I have a practice question for you. It's kind of an easy one, so I made it a practice question. So let's do the practice real quick for people listening from home and just to get the idea. The movie Ponyo is loosely based on the same story from what famous Disney film? As I'll say, we all know Ponyo is very loosely based on The Little Mermaid. But does my mother know? What do you think, Capsule J? It's a practice.
Right. I feel like your mom would know this one.
All right,
She knows her Studio Ghibli.
All right, let's find out. The movie Ponyo is loosely based on the same story from what famous Disney film?
Oh, that's too easy. Little Mermaid.
Too easy, she says. You love the
Oh,
confidence.
I should say today that this is an all Ghibli. Does Mitsugi's mom know? So,
Oh no.
but some of the questions are pretty difficult. So, again, you don't. You just got to go with your heart, Capsule J. Are you ready? Are you ready to play the game for real?
I am as ready as anyone can ever be with your unpredictable mom.
Good luck, lucky player. With me, it's you never know.
What flag does Porco Rosso have on the tail of his airplane? It's the Italian flag. The movie takes place in a couple different countries in Europe. One of them is Italy. But has she even seen Porco Rosso? And if she has, does she remember that an airplane, the flag on the tail of the airplane, it's up to you, Capsule J. What's it going to be?
Man, I've never seen this movie either, so I have no idea how prominently displayed that flag is. If it's something she'd remember.
I'd call it a mid-tier Ghibli movie. Like, I actually think for a Miyazaki movie, this one's kind of less watched, but it is Miyazaki, so I think it inevitably gets watched by a lot of people, but who knows?
I think I'm going to say that she does not know.
Okay. Should I lock you in?
Yeah, go ahead.
What flag does Porco Rosso have on the tail of his airplane?
What flag does he have? Oh, I know. Wait, it's coming to me. It's the Italian flag.
That's right. It's the Italian flag.
Green, red, and white.
That's right. Oh, boy.
I will say a predominant amount of the movie is spent in Italy when the plane is being rebuilt. So
yeah,
knowing that might have skewed the answer. But yeah, she's a tricky one.
She's tricky, but that doesn't mean you're down and out. You're still in the game. So let's move along real quick. I don't want you to I want your resolve to be strong. Are you ready, Capsule J, for the next question?
Yeah, let's do it.
We want winners on this game. What fictional material is Sheeta's blue pendant made out of in the movie Castle in the Sky?
I feel like this is a hard one.
What is the answer? Because this is a movie I saw as a kid, but I don't really remember.
It's an Ethereum crystal.
I'm gonna say no. She does not know.
Am I locking you in? She does not know. It's an Ethereum crystal.
Yep, lock me in.
Show me potato salad.
Gosh.
What fictional material is Sheeta's blue pendant made out of in the movie Castle in the Sky?
Ethereum.
That's right.
Oh
It's a
my
pure
goodness.
Ethereum
Wow.
crystal.
And it's blue.
Okay.
I was with you on that one, Capsule. I was very hesitant, but
Wait, one more quick question. Oh, you're feeling confident now because you're getting them right, huh?
I am feeling because I've been watching Ghibli lately.
She's taunting me.
she was prepping for that podcast.
She just discovered that HBO Max has Ghibli movies on it, so.
Oh, no. Okay.
So, Capsule J, you need to now get all of these correct. But, I have faith in you. And because of that, I believe you will still win. Are you ready to do the third question?
Yeah, let's do it.
In From Up on Poppy Hill, why does Umi always raise the flags in her backyard?
I feel like this is the most obscure of the movies yet. So I haven't seen this one. I have no idea what the answer is.
She raises the flags on the hill because she's trying to signal to her father who died like in the war or whatever. They say it at the beginning of the movie.
You know what? This strategy hasn't worked for me yet, but I'm going to keep with it. I'm going to say she does not know.
Am I locking you in?
Yep, all or nothing. Let's do it.
In From Up on Poppy Hill. That's the wrong clip. In From Up on Poppy Hill, why does Umi always raise the flags in her backyard?
Oh, in case her father comes home, so he'll know where to go.
I think I will accept that.
Oh, okay.
I think she's like reaching out to her father, or so to speak.
Oh my goodness.
You have been slain, Capsule J, but you know, since your audio is so great and you're such a nice guy, why don't we play through the rest of the questions anyway? How about that? Let's see if you can raise your average to 40%. Are you ready for question 4? And I'm gonna let Mason and Caroline guess as well. Here's the fourth question. What Hollywood actor voices Calcifer in Howl's Moving Castle? It's Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal. It's well, it doesn't really matter anymore. I'm gonna say that she would know that. She seems like she might be the kind of age where like Billy Crystal would be an actor that would really resonate with her. So
yeah, that's what I
think
was
she would
thinking.
know.
You know, I think while you guys are saying yes, I'll just go for the opposite way and say no.
What Hollywood actor voices Calcifer in Howl's Moving Castle?
I think I know this. I think it's Michael Keaton.
Wrong.
Oh no!
It's Billy Crystal.
The voice of Porco.
Well, Michael
right?
Keaton does somebody's. Is somebody.
Michael Keaton does the voice of Porco Rosso. There you have it.
Isn't Christian Bale in Howl's Moving Castle?
Yeah, he's Howl, I believe.
Ah, okay.
Now they just need Val Kilmer in one of those movies, and they can have all the Batman.
This is a difficult game, isn't it? We have one more question. Let's do it.
Brutal.
Let's do it just for fun. What is the name of Naushka's fox squirrel in, of course, the movie Naushka of the Valley of the Wind? The fox squirrel's name's Tato. They don't say the name a lot, but it is in the movie a lot, the squirrel.
I don't think she'll know it.
I'll say she knows this one.
Mason?
I'll he does it now. Just see if I can go over.
What is the name of Naushka's fox squirrel in, of course, the movie Naushka of the Valley of the Wind?
Oh, Tito.
I think it's pronounced
Tato.
I think it's pronounced Tato. Yes, I will accept Tato.
Like potato.
Or Tito. Although Tito's kind of sounds like a liquor.
Potato.
Cheeto. Your mom is such an interesting person.
Wow.
All right. Well, I do appreciate that you played with us, Capsule J, and I know that you've been listening to the podcast for a long time because your name is strongly in my memory from long ago. How many years have you been listening to the podcast?
Maybe 3-4 years now.
All right. Well, I appreciate that you listen to the show for such a long time and that you helped make the show special today. So thanks for calling in, and again, thank you for having a great microphone. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Good luck. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
It goes out to him.
Tough game.
It is so hard. It really is hard.
I did the All Ghibli one because I think she's watched nearly every Ghibli movie in the last week on HBO Max. So It's very fresh in her memory, and I didn't say that because, that would make the game too easy. So, but Capsule J, thank you for playing. And with that, shall we move on to our next segment? Because I know that we have a lot of impressions to get to, and I don't think that we should delay too much. What do you guys think?
Let's do it.
Okay.
It's time for an almighty anime mailbag. Anime.
Mailbag.
It's time for your mailbag today. If you would like to submit a mailbag yourself, you can go to aaapodcast.com and hit the mailbag button. You can
Mail time.
I feel like now we need to renew the jingle and just use that, Mitsugi.
Wow. Jeez. I'm so honored that you think so. Sorry, I interrupted you. Please continue plugging the show.
Well, you can send a mailbag, but you can also send different things like topic requests and Shark Tank ideas, and just a whole lot of fun. So go ahead and check it out.
Hentai mailbags too.
That was unnecessary.
Okay.
That's a new drop.
Okay, so we got this one. I don't know how to say this name. I'm gonna say like Marcel Lelouch. Would you say that exactly as well?
It's good enough.
Yeah. Dear AAA hosts, thank you for keeping me company while I walk my dog in these lonesome pandemic days. I want to ask you, what do you think is the best bromance in anime? I've always thought it was the ones from the daily lives of high school boys were the best. Keep up the good work. Love from Peru.
Wow. Okay. Well, there are an awful lot of these. So there's, I don't know, there's like a billion. I only put two that were prominent in my mind. Toshia and Goro from Major have a pretty big bromance. And of course, my favorite, Onizuka and Ryuji from GTO have an unbelievable bromance. So, and I'll stop there because there's just too many.
Yeah, there are quite a lot. So, I mean, the runner-ups for me would be Satoru and Kenya from Erased. While, a lot of things were taken out for the anime, the manga, their relationship is just, it's such a good friendship. I love it. Because we also got Jean and Marco from Attack on Titan, also a little bit short-lived for reasons. But, yeah, they got a bromance going on. Fresh in the mind was Itadori and Toto from Jujutsu Kaisen. They are pretty fun. But my favorite has got to be Miyamura and Toru from Horimiya. I love them. They are such... If this show was not about Miyamura and Hori, this show would be called Torumiya because they're
Still
great.
work. Yeah, there's so many great romances in anime. You have so many, actually just in Legend of the Galactic Heroes alone, there's probably like 5 or 6 romances that are top tier. Of course, you have Berserk, Aka 13, JoJo, collectively, ton of great romances. As Caroline mentioned, Jujutsu Kaisen has some great romances. But since you said the daily lives of high school boys, going with that same like comedic setting, along with like sports, which I think Mitz really alluded to, has great romances. Gotta go the Tanaka and Nishinoya romance from Haikyuu. Just whenever those two goobers are on screen, you're just guaranteed to have a great time. I like how they vibe off each other, so that's a great mailbag. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
What about Ren and Haru from Super Lovers? What do you guys think?
Oh, I thought you were about to play drop, and I'm like, I don't.
Jesus Christ!
Jesus Christ.
Would you call that a bromance? I'm just kidding.
I can't say because I haven't seen Super Lovers.
I'm just fucking around. And you should probably keep it that way. All right. So, all right. Well, thanks for the mailbag. And should we move on to our impressions?
Sure.
Oh, cool. Of course we should.
Today, we're going to be doing impressions.
Impression time, believe it!
All right. So
really quick. Mitz and Kazuo. That's a lot of the chat saying that's the best bromance.
Yeah, I have.
Also, a good one was Kazuo and the other guy he did an Eiffel Tower with.
I actually talked to Kazuo just the other day, and he was telling me how much he was reminiscing about being on the podcast. So,
Listen, 600 is right around the corner, my guy.
yeah.
We can get him
Yeah.
on.
Just like
never know.
yesterday, you guys had 500.
All right, so impressions. This is how we do things on this podcast. We've changed this several times, but for right now, each of us have 7 anime that we have selected from the spring 2021 season. However, we can't review everything because we do one anime per episode on our reviews. So we will each pass at most 2 shows out of the 7. I do believe we have a rule where we can pass someone else's show to save it and use one of our 2 passes. But the bottom line is that every host only will pass 2 shows. After 6 shows are selected, ultimately from the impressions, then we have a listener choice poll where the listeners will vote on what anime they would like us to review that we haven't already passed, and then we will take the top 3 from that poll, bringing us to a total of 9 shows for the season. We have not passed any shows yet because this is the beginning of our impressions, and for today we're going to be reviewing the first anime we're going to do is Burning Kabaddi, or what the hell is the Japanese Shaku Netsu Kabaddi, I think is the Shaku Netsu Kabaddi, which is an anime done by TMS Entertainment. It's a sports anime, I guess. It's not really. It doesn't seem like much of a shonen show, but it's a sports anime about the sport of kabaddi. It's directed by Ichikawa Kazuya, who I don't think has done well, he has done a lot of stuff actually. He directed anything like big though. Let's see, Monster Strike. A lot of small. Oh, he's doing the World Ends with You, the animation from this exact same season as well. So busy person. So Shaku Netsu Kabaddi is like this. It's this anime about this guy named Tatsuya, who's this nationally recognized soccer player. He's a talent in the sport of soccer. He is when he was in middle school, and he goes to high school, to No-Keen High School, and he has developed a hatred for sports because I believe in a flashback in the first 3 episodes, they talk about how I guess his teammates start to hate him because he's so much better than they are that they start to resent him for being so good at soccer, which is kind of dumb. And so he decides he's going to quit and not play sports anymore. And as soon as he gets to high school, there are of course people in the high school that know he's a good athlete, and so they're trying to recruit him for sports. And he ends up hanging out with this group of guys that are playing this sport called Kabaddi, and which is nothing like soccer. It isn't even played with a ball. But he, the first 3 episodes of this anime basically play out like a course on how to play Kabaddi more or less. And he's real reluctant at first, but then you can kind of tell that in the first 3 episodes he kind of starts getting the feel for it and even starts to like it. And Kabaddi's a real weird sport. It's kind of like tag. It's almost like you run across this half court line, try to tag players on the other team, and then make it back to your side of the court without being tackled. And if you can do that, you get a point. If you fail, then the other team gets a point. But ultimately, it's really like a game of tag, sort of. And then it's like tag, and it starts out as tag, and then it ends up almost like you're trying to tackle each other. So I believe this is an Indian sport, comes from India, or at least from somewhere in Western Asia. But let me tell you, this anime is really not good. It's Kabaddi, at least the way it's depicted in this anime, comes off as being a pretty dumb sport. Starting with you have to say Kabaddi. You have to literally chant Kabaddi the entire time you're playing it, which makes no sense whatsoever. It's really annoying. It's really goofy to watch a guy crossing the court to tag someone on the other side, and he's chanting Kabaddi the whole time. It would be like if you were playing basketball and every time you were dribbling you had to chant the word basketball. It's just goofy as shit. It's in the rules. Someone in the chat is asking. They say it many times in the show and they stick to it. And there's even detail about how you have to chant the word Kabaddi. So the animation is not good. The characters are pretty bland. And honestly, very uninteresting. It's almost like who really gives a shit about them. There's really no storyline at all. They haven't even really introduced opposing teams. They're just the first 3 episodes of this anime was essentially just here's Kabaddi and how you play it. And because of that, it really just feels like almost like an advertisement for the sport. And I know that like Netflix India has been bringing a lot of anime to India lately, and I kind of can't wonder if this show is timely being made into an anime because, you know, they can appeal to a specific audience like in certain parts of the world. But like I can't imagine even people who are fans of the sport would be like really into watching this because it's just, you know, it's like I love football, but I hate Ice Shield 21. I think it's a terrible anime. And if I was a fan of Kabaddi, I can't imagine I would like this. This is actually probably my least favorite out of the 7 anime that I have this season. It's just really not worth watching. It's really disappointing. And, you know, ultimately it's absolutely not going to pass. So, and this one will not get listener choice picked. This one has no chance of getting selected. So
You say that, but
there's
you
no way.
underestimate the listeners.
Well, it's a brain dead anime, so if it gets picked, it'll be easy. It's like you don't even have to like read the subtitles. Just watch them like try to tag each other.
You know what they're saying? Kabaddi, Kabaddi, Kabaddi.
Yeah, they say that a billion times an episode. It's so annoying. Although, as Mason put on our title screen, as I put it back up, one of the main characters from this looks just like me. He's bald, and he's a little muscly, and he looks just like me. So he's
doppelganger.
He's like my doppelganger, and he's probably the best character in the show, but even he is pretty boring. So not passing.
You would say that the decision to fail this was not a struggle.
No, it's not a struggle. And and every time someone gets tagged, they put struggle across the screen. It's so fucking horrible. It's just like we haven't had I feel like other than like Haikyuu, we haven't had like a really high quality sports anime in quite a while. There's been a bunch of duds. And where's our fucking hockey anime? Oh, we're gonna get one, but it's like Moe Girls, so that's gonna be terrible.
Heck yeah, it is.
It's gonna be fucking terrible. Anyway, moving on. We're starting off on a great foot.
Great. So my first impression here is the Saint's magic power is omnipotent, or Seijo no Marioko wa Dano desu.
お前はもう死んでいる。何?
Nice.
I said it very butch, but it's a fantasy romance. Let's see who's doing it. It is Dio Media. Do you guys know what they?
Yeah,
and it's
they've been around.
And it's based on a light novel. So the basic story here is that this 20-year-old named Sei, she is an office worker, and she was summoned to a new world. You might call this an isekai. So in this ritual that she has been summoned, they are supposed to be summoning a saint, or a seijo, if you will, for a girl named Sei. But this ritual actually summoned 2 people, including Sei. Now, for whatever reason, I don't know why, they put a lot of attention on this other girl that has been summoned and not necessarily Sei. And while they treat her like, you know, respectfully, this is not like a shield hero situation, but they basically believe that, I don't know, she is just like a backup saint. I don't know. They don't really explain it very well. But for a little while, she's just hanging out, doing nothing, and then she gets involved in this research facility making potions, and they find out the potions that she makes is like 50% better than all these other potions. How is this possible?
Jesus Christ!
She's the saint! What did you expect? Her to be completely inadequate?
Well, that it is.
Yeah, so basically everything she does is boosted, and they are just dumbfounded by this concept, even though I'm like, well, she was summoned as a saint, right? But they just kind of forget that concept, and I'm not sure why. We don't even see this other saint girl. Apparently she's doing saint things, but we don't see her. She doesn't even talk for the first 3 episodes. And yeah, this Sei girl, she, you know, is making potions. She meets a lot of handsome fellows. One handsome fellow in particular, they kind of have a budding romance, and by the 3rd episode, he kisses her hand, and it's like,
oh, baby.
It's pretty cute, to be honest.
Baby.
Toasty. Hey girl.
Oh, Toasty.
You're looking so fine.
It's a decent romance, I guess. This isn't one that's like beating around the bush exactly. So if you're looking for something like that, it's kind of decent. Other than that, it is a little bit strange how they'll mention there's monsters in the woods, and they go into the woods looking for things to make these potions. Meanwhile, Sei is like, "Wow, this place doesn't have many monsters at all. I'm surprised." And I'm like, "How do you know? We've never even seen these monsters that this saint is supposed to be protecting this town from. We have not seen a single monster yet." And I'm thinking to myself, "There's a lot of stuff that they are skipping here." And also, they'll keep on going to locations, and they don't really show a lot of these locations. Like, you don't know what this town looks like that they're going to. You don't know what this forest looks like that they're going to. They just are in this one area, and they don't really explore it. So I always thought that was a little bit strange. But overall, if you're looking for a cute fantasy romance, this is okay.
But not
But
passing.
I don't think I can pass it.
All right, well, there it is. Moving on.
Too good. Season is too good.
Too good. We're off to a great start, by the way. Okay, so where are we going now? Are we going to Mason?
I will go next with my number 3 pick of the season, which is Bishonen Tantedan, aka Pretty Boy Detective Club.
Oh, boy.
And, I mean, what more do I need to say? It's Studio Shaft plus Nisio Itsun, which most famously collaborated on the Monogatari series, but they also did Kubikiri Cycle, and are both just very iconic in the way that they present themselves, and when they're together, it's amazing. And this is a story of a detective club where all the boys are pretty, and the title says it all. It's like a light novel title.
No way.
And let's get this out of the way first and foremost. These boys are certainly pretty, but it is more than just like a physical beauty. It's about beauty of the soul, beauty of their talent, and just kind of like the choices they make that exude a beautiful way of life is what they're going for. Whatever that means in this very, hard to define way. It's they're all about being beautiful, and they carry through with that. Probably most notably with the best legs in all of anime, probably of all time. Just our boy has got some nice trunks down there.
Juicy thighs.
He's got some legs. That's all I'll say. But essentially, as much as I wanted to like this going in, I would say this is probably the weakest installment of the partnership between Shaft and Nisio Isin. Like, he loves writing mysteries that these aren't mysteries you watch and you follow along and you try to like guess where it's going or try to figure it out with the characters. Like, he writes in a very much way to just pull the rug out from under you and just constantly wildly shift and change the point of view and focus and throw in superpowers and weird events. Like, no one could predict what's going on. You have to be willing to just sit back and enjoy the ride. The problem is I just don't find the first mystery that was introduced and kind of settled in the first 3 episodes to be all that engaging or gripping. It's very weak, and you're really kind of left to just look at the characters, and while the animation is fine, it's nothing that's mind-blowing. Probably the worst part about it is there's these constant like hallway or alley moments where the camera like is going through the hallway with like CG, and there's like obstructions in like door signs or entry exit or rooms, whatever it is like constantly going through the camera lens, and it's like very like uneasy in a like motion sickness kind of way. But besides that, it's
puke-tastic.
It's puked amazing. The OP has a nice little like Stars Align ending dance thing going on where all the characters are shuffling to the music, and it's cute and it's fun and it's very bright and colorful to look at. But the show is just not grabbing me in the same way I was hoping. A lot of people will compare this to like Ouran High School Host Club.
Oh God!
Except it's only in the most cursory manner. Like, there's not much of a romance. It's more about this mystery thing, but it's hard to tell where it's going to go. Like, the first 3 episodes were very much a long introduction, and I'm guessing the show will just be 3 or 4 multi-episode arcs that resolve in kind of a whatever way. And I just think it'll end kind of flat and not all that worth watching. So I'm going to fail it. I'm going to keep watching it, and we'll see if it turns around, because you can't count Nisio Isin out. But for now, no pass, no lock.
All right, another one bites the dust. Back to Caroline. See if we can get lucky with Way of the Househusband.
There's no luck here. I'll spoil it now.
Abandon all hope.
Okay, so here's the thing with this anime, if you can call it that. It has been a very popular manga. I know I've never read the manga, but I can tell by the way people talk about it that they really enjoy it. This is the story about the immortal Tasu, who is a legendary Yakuza, but he fell in love. And, you know, then he got married and he has a home to take care of now and a wife to take care of. So instead of, you know, going around the streets causing ruckus, he goes around the household and causes cleaning and cooking and coupons and making his wife happy, which is it's wholesome. So you would imagine a lot of people would be excited for this anime that is coming out on Netflix. It's on Netflix. But here's the thing. Anime, the term, is being really stretched here. There is such little animation actually happening that who knew this going in, was just dumbfounded when I was watching it. I was willing to put that aside to just focus on the other things that are here, but it is so darn distracting. When you have literally people are not even walking. They are or running. They are entering a place and their character is being shaking as if they are running, but they are not running. There are little blips here and there of, you know how in manga they do like sound effects and that kind of thing? Well, they put them in here, but that's the only thing that is actually going on in screen. There are no backgrounds in this anime. There are like unfinished scenes, it looks like, that they just like threw in there, like half of a character in taking up the screen. Or, I mean the other way around. A character taking up half the screen, the rest of it is just black. And it's just, why produce an anime and not have the budget for backgrounds? It is just so irking that they did this. And it's not even a full-length anime. It is 5 episodes.
Oh my god.
17 minutes each. And they put this out there for people to try to enjoy. I try to focus on the comedy, but it is just so lackluster. Without animation, with barely anything going on the screen, I could barely get through 3 episodes of a shortened anime. And I have to say, for the fans of the manga, I would be upset. So... yeah. Yep,
Okay. Well,
basically that.
so that's passing, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Wow, that was a shredding. I heard the same thing. You know, I heard people. It's got bad scores online. Everybody's pissed.
Surprisingly, it has a 7 on my anime list, though. A 7.
That's just because people are sentimental about the manga.
And the voice actors killed it, but yeah, visually it's really weak.
Does it look better or worse than South Park?
South Park looks better. At least that one has charm to it, I suppose. People are actually moving on screen. Here, they are not moving on screen. They just took pieces of the manga, colorized it, and put voice actors to it. That's basically all they did.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know.
Wow.
I'd say, like, the manga looks great. It looks like they just went to paint and did like a bucket fill, and it looks really sloppy. That's more.
Even when they don't even have animation here, you would at least expect it to be detailed. It's not detailed at all.
All right, moving on then. Wow, we now have what, 4? We've now failed 4 shows in a row, and it's time for Up from the Depths, 30 stories high, breathing fire, his head in the sky, Godzilla. And Godzuki. Those of you that
brings a tear to my eye every time.
Those of you that are old enough to know the Hanna-Barbera Godzilla cartoon, then you were probably like me, sitting on the floor when you were 7 years old, eating like, I don't know, Count Chocula or some shit, watching Godzilla before school in the morning. So
I thought you were gonna say eating belly button lint, and I'm like, that explains it. But.
Paint chips would be more like. So Godzilla Singular Point is a Netflix anime, I believe. It's kind of hard to find right now, but if you go on, various illicit services, you can find just about anything. And, well, Netflix, if you don't want me to go somewhere else and put the fucking thing on the internet, on TV. So Godzilla Singular Point is, it's a Godzilla anime. I don't know if it's ever had an anime for Godzilla, like in the format that this is in. We've had American cartoons, we've had CG, but I don't know if we've had an anime for Godzilla before. Unsure about that, but I haven't seen one. This is done by Studio Bones, I believe. And
I think it's a co-production with them and
Orange.
Orange. You got it.
Studio Orange. And there's a lot of things to like about this anime. One, the animation is real solid. It looks really great. The backgrounds, it's so refreshing for an anime series when there's like people talking like at a cafe in a city, and there's like all this shit in the background, like the cars are moving, people are walking, like it's just like the backgrounds are alive, and like I feel like in anime a lot of the times the backgrounds don't move. Fuck, even like water, like from fountains and water have been known not to move. Like the fuck was the anime that we made fun of a long time? Black Bullet or one of those, like there were like fountains in the background. They don't even bother animating the water. It's like this anime, they went all the way. Everything's animated. It looks great. I love it. The character designs are really likable. I really like May's character design, the girl character. She looks really cute, but she's not like sexualized at all. She just looks like a really cool character. All the guy characters look really good. I would say that there's no Godzilla through 3 episodes, but I'm sure they're going to get to that. The story is it's like about these like college kids, I guess, that are very gifted in the ways of science. So there's May, the girl who I mentioned, she's a researcher, and there's Yoon, who's like an engineer, and he's kind of like a computer programmer as well. And these like imminent dangers keep coming out of like the ocean and coming onto land in Japan. And what happens in like at the end of the first episode, I believe, a pterodactyl comes out of the ocean, and it like lands in the middle of the city, and it starts like wrecking things. And then in the second episode, like it kind of transitions to the second episode right at that point. And there's like the company that Yoon works for has this robot that they've been building called Jet Jaguar, and it's like a really ghetto like mech, like Gundam. It's got like, if you can imagine a Gundam that's like more like made out of like tin cans and fucking trash can lids and all this ghetto shit. And they're like, and the old man who like runs the company's inside of it, and he's trying to like pilot it to fight this pterodactyl, and the pterodactyl's just fucking his day up. And there's this whole big like sort of fight scene with the pterodactyl, and then the pterodactyl just randomly like falls out of the sky and is dead, and everyone's like, what? Like, what the hell? And then it's discovered that like a few more pterodactyls have came out of the ocean, and they're just like in different areas, and they all ended up dying too. And in the third episode, like a whole fucking bunch of them come out of the ocean, and they start like attacking the land, and there's probably like borderline 1,000 of them. And then like there's this whole like exciting chase scene, and they're trying to figure out like what the fuck's going on, and they're attracted to electromagnetic radiation, and they're kind of trying to lure them out of the city with this like radio wave machine that they've got on the back of this like delivery motorcycle. And then like just like all the rest of them, randomly they all start falling out of the sky and dead, right? And it's just very intriguing. Like I'm wondering where this is going to go. I really think that this anime is going to be one where Godzilla is probably going to be a bad guy. We'll see. He's been a good and bad in different things, but I'm getting the feeling that Godzilla will be a villain in this particular anime. But it's super solid. I'd say out of the 7 shows I've got, this is my favorite one, and it's not just because I'm a big Godzilla fan. It's I'd even say it's better than like Vivi, for example. I thought it was really strong. I don't know. I'm not sure how many people have watched it yet because it's on Netflix Hell or whatever. But Godzilla Singular Point is really a strong anime. There's a lot of things to like about it, and it's a unbelievably easy pass. So prepare for more of the King of Monsters.
You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. You lock it up. Lock it up.
There you go. Have either of you seen any of Godzilla Singular Point yet?
I haven't seen anything of Godzilla before. So this will be interesting.
What do you think?
I've seen a few episodes, and I think the word you use that says it best is alive. the characters, the backgrounds, the color palette, the CG, like it all looks good and vibrant and pops, and it's such an easy watch. It throws a bunch at you, but it's easy to digest, and I'm digging it as well. So good call.
I mean, it was pretty easy pick. So we have one more, and I got a long title. So why don't I believe it's one of Caroline's.
Yes, it is. This is Slime Taoshite 300 nen Shiranai uchi ni level maxu ni natemashita.
Slime 300. Just Slime 300.
Or I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level, also known as Slime 300. Now, I remember when when we made our picks, originally I had this like on the bottom, I think this was like the very last pick I had, and Mitsugi actually skipped over that, thinking that it was the third season of the, reincarnated as a slime. And I'm like, no, this is a different anime with slime in the title. But I then realized after watching a few episodes, it is a little bit like reincarnated as a slime. But it's
And not because of the slime, just the tone, like the vibe of it is very.
I love this show. Here's the thing. Okay, so here's the story. It's another isekai, of course it is.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah, so basically that. So this girl, she dies from overwork. She's a salary woman. Of course she is in Japan. Her name's Azusa Aizawa. And then she finds herself before an angel and who allows her to reincarnate into a new world. And she reincarnates as a witch. And her goal in life, in her extended immortal life in this world, is to have the easy life without having to deal with any, work, without having to deal with any problems, just to live a life as she wants to.
Amen.
Which is a goal I think we all have.
Yep.
So she appears in this world as a 17-year-old looking girl. Very cute. I love her. And she decides, you know what? I'm just going to kill these slimes in this field in order to gain money, and that's pretty much all I'm going to do to keep myself afloat. I'm going to build a farm, going to have this house in the highlands, away from everyone except to go to the village when I need to exchange for some money with all this slime stuff.
And make duty.
Yeah. So she does this for like 300 years, not really caring what else is going on around her. And then she finds out, and some other people find out, that she has maxed out her level. This is very much like a Beauforty situation, or like any other video game anime situation where they all have, stats and stuff and levels. She's in level 99 with amazing stats, amazing abilities, but all she's ever been doing was just killing slime. So she doesn't even know these abilities that she has, apparently, for after 300 years. People in the village love her because she's the lady who's making all their potions and helping them out. But so she's just been living this really chill life for 300 years. And once people find out that she's this really powerful witch, level 99, they start coming to her wanting to challenge their power. And she doesn't like this because she just wants to live an everyday life, building her farm, killing slimes, all that stuff. Including this dragon who comes across her and wanting to fight. The thing is that this dragon that she, very promptly defeats, can turn into a cute girl, a cute moe girl. So this is a moe girl show. I'm sure Mitsugi's excited. And it's just really cute and fun, and it's a lot of cute girls doing cute things. She's going to grow her family, which now includes this dragon girl, and it's going to keep on growing. And they're just going to have
growing. How big is her hat?
It's a pretty big hat. Yeah, it's like
it
twice.
Gets bigger every episode. It's so big.
Massive hat.
Big hat vibes.
To be honest, I'm really enjoying this one. It's just a chill experience. If you are a fan of Beauforty, you would really like this show. Except for the fact that it does have moe girls in it. I know Mitsugi, you wouldn't like that. Slime is also very similar to the slime show because, we got this overpowered person. She just keeps on defeating people, and they join her little family that she's growing. So it's kind of like that as well. But yeah, it's as I'm sure I've mentioned a few times, really enjoying it because I think it's really fun and cute. Although I do not think that it has enough to talk about in review, so I can't pass it, but I do recommend it.
By the skin of my teeth, I escaped the moe.
Shut up, Mitsugi.
Wow. Wow. Okay. All right. But the question is, where is this one on the list of people watching things? Slime 300 is... Ooh, it's not that high on the top of the list here. It's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 18. That's not going to get passed. Oh, well,
I don't
guess
think so
escaped.
either. But, it's... If you're looking for something chill, this is good.
Wow. I thought you were going to take that one. You threw me off.
I can't see us, doing a really interesting review out of this one. But sometimes you don't need to have interesting discussions to really like a show.
The chat thinks that you should have passed it just to make me watch it.
Well, that can be up to them. If they want to pass it for listener choice and make you watch it, more power to them.
Okay, well, we passed Godzilla SP, and that was it. Wow. Which means that we have 14 more impressions to do, and we got 5 more passes, which means that we will have to pass 1 out of every 3, roughly, going forward, to get to our 6 shows, and then we will have all 6 of them picked. And we will be doing this over the next 3 weeks. So we will wrap up our impressions something like the 16th of May, I think. So.
And then we leave it up to our listeners to pick the last 3, and then we really put our faith in you guys. So.
Yeah. So, and that's about it. Wow,
But
what a great podcast episode.
This was fun. This was a fun one.
I feel like we could do more Mortal Kombat ideas, to be honest.
Could do this all day, but we don't. Thank you all who joined us live on Twitch. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at AAA Podcast. You can find Mitsugi at Pope Mitsugi. You can find me at Macy Pacey. Join the Facebook. Join the Discord. Leave the iTunes review. Discord, we have a couple events going on. Caroline, what is Anime Club up to these days?
We are going to be watching the classic Kino's Journey, the original 2003 version. And that will be on May 5th at 10 p.m. EDT.
Awesome. And Manga Club will be discussing Wotakoi. Recently had an anime adaptation that people loved. That'll be on April 28th at 10 p.m. EDT. Volumes 1 through 2, chapters 1 through 30. Swing on by if you have a chance. We'd love to have you. Do all the things. Do the website. Hit us up. Have just a great week, everyone. Next episode, Bring Impressions Round 2. It continues. The pain continues. We'd love to see you there. Have a good one, everyone.
And tell a friend, people.
Give us your Mortal Kombat ideas on our Discord.
Yeah.
Tell a friend about the podcast. Word of mouth is powerful. Spread the word. We want more anime addicts in the community, so get on that. If everyone tells just one person about the podcast, we'll double the audience, people. We'll fucking double it.
Math, baby, math.
That's math. See you next week.
Use your abacus, Mitsuki.
I'm doing it right now. Bye, guys.
Bye.
See ya.